Hello, I'm Mike McCann and welcome to the Norwood team now onto the ground for the 1984 Grand Final. We had thought that perhaps Russell Ebert would have led Port out first, but Norwood keen to get onto the ground. Thousands and thousands of those red and blue balloons being released into the air. Russell Ebert leads his Port side onto the ground. There's the roar of the crowd. There goes Ebert, the big banner. As Ebert crashes his way through. And there go the black and white balloons. 50,000 people here at Football Park. Not a spare seat in the house. The record for a grand final, incidentally, is 66,000 back in 1977. Tossing the coin was missed football. Tracy Coppins. The toss has been won by Danny Jenkins for Norwood. So now as the players take up their positions, let's now cross for the first time this afternoon to our commentators, Jerry Harrison, Dennis Airy and Daryl Hicks.
Bounce down in the centre. It's Hall of Norwood against Kennedy of Port. McIntosh couldn't grab the ball. Anderson, the first kick smothered. Scanlon gets the hand pass. Payne the kick. Deep into the right forward pocket. Back goes Anthony Williams and the ball will be thrown in 10 metres from the right behind post. And it's on behind play. Ace has been hit down. Two players in Clifford and Leslie onto Ace behind play. And what an opening to this final. The umpire's absolutely powerless to clear this out.
Well, John Hall, the big ruckman from Norwood, ran down and grasped a Port Adelaide player. We've got about 25, 30 players at the scene. Umpire Argent, umpire John Hilton, a baptism of fire for these two umpires.
Yes, when you look at Kennedy,
But the ball is with Ace. With the breeze, he's about 40 metres out, little angle to speak of. He's stabbed at it, but it's effective. The first goal is on the board to Norwood. They lead by 6 points with 1.5 minutes of time gone.
Well, we didn't see the incident exactly. Michael Ace was the player who...
Over to Greg Anderson, the left-handed hand pass. Ebert, Bradley, wider, Dwayne Russell at half forward. The tumble punt kick, Ginniver, the 18-year-old, the youngster for the Magpies. Wide, experienced Belton, the left footer. Is this the answering goal? Here are the two that had a battle before the siren, and there it is, it's still on. Knight versus Baum, but it's Evans' ball. And look at Dwayne Russell, looks to have his number taken.
Well, it's been a battle royal in previous games before Warhurst and Russell. They're 1-1 this year. There was a headbutt involved earlier which brought about a report early in the season, but Tim Evans has had the ball taken away from him. Even though he took the mark beautifully, the umpire has taken the ball away and Norwood...
So the McGarry medalist, the drop punt towards his halfback flank, Kennedy over the top, good catch. Bradley, the left footer, the Magpie state wingman, centre player. Knight overruns the ball, can't do anything. Jarvis grab, doesn't have the ball. Kinnear to Knight. Here's the first opportunity. The opportunity to plant it straight through. He does that. Port Adelaide have one goal. The difference 1 point at the 7-minute mark first term.
And highlighted by the tactics on that flank.
Throw in. Michael Annie. It's trying to get through, could not do so, and Thomas is dumped. Gallagher, the hurried kick. McGuinness under the fall of the ball. McIntosh it is. Did it brilliantly. Player, is he? Socks down, bum up, straight into the ball. And the drop punt. Long, accurate, goal, effective. Norwood 2-3, Port 1-2.
It's well played, Gary. The ball was floating. He made front position.
Fosdyke helps him out. McIntosh, Scanlon off the half-back line. Depth through the half-forward area. Roberts setting. No one up. Payne's at the back of the pack. Owens closes. Play on the call. Pulled off at Vardeniga. The second free's played. And the action with Vardeniga. Played only a handful of games for Norwood, but he's put his first on the board for the day. The third for Norwood. They lead now by 13 points. 3-3 to Port Adelaide 1-2. Kennedy takes the front position. Michael Annie the fist. Trying to work there. Anderson almost got out with it. Belton working around the line. Robbed of it by Gallagher to Aish. Keith Thomas the kick. Good depth in the ball. Roberts, fine mark. Beautiful body positioning as he got rid of Delicate position this one. He's on a 60-degree angle with the breeze coming across his body from his left to right. Taking left goal post. Oh, didn't deviate off at his first goal on the board. Norwood to a 19-point lead. 4 goals, 3. Port Adelaide 1-2. 28 minutes played in the first term.
4 goals, 3, 27. Port Adelaide 1 goal, 2, 8 points. It's clear. No pressure. Williams, front spot. Roberts at the back. A bit of juggling going on. Can't control it. Gallagher in strife. Good use of the ball. Aish completely run over then. And the ball's at half forward. Lachlan, the ball's free. And here he is in the pocket. Bob's up. Off. That's the rover for the Magpie side as Roberts prepares to kick. He kicked 1 in the first term. He doesn't miss too many of them. There's his second. And Norwood 5-5. Port Adelaide 1-3. 5.5 minutes gone, second term.
Tosh's eye as Belton left himself open.
He fires it high towards the square. Evans was up from the thump at the back. Scanlon fumbles. Belton coming in, feeds it wide. Bradley, the hook shot looks good off the boot. It's magnificent. Great shot, Bradley. The second goal for Port, but Norwood lead 5-4 to Port Adelaide 2-3.
Well, we mentioned how Craig Bradley was probably...
That's why McIntosh tried to take him out. Here's Bomber Clifford with a left footer. Out wide, Ebert versus Winter. There'd be 400 games of football, 500 more between those two. And Anderson. Not too many games from that young lad, but he's playing well at the moment. Dwayne Russell short, beautifully placed. He's got Knight, he's got Evans clear, and he's only got to kick about 20 metres. Directly in front, Breeze assisted. He splits the centre, he's got 2. Have a look at him bolt there. So Norwood 5-4, Port Adelaide 3-3.
Well, it was the strong play at centre half forward by Dwayne Russell. He sawned across the wobbly punt pass.
Almost Leslie. Curtis backing up well, fires it away. Kinnear goes in, force forward. Bradley, soccer stuff, and Russell the mark inside the square.
Well, what a beautiful mark with the body. Strong body approach on the chest.
And the game is still on behind players. Leslie and Michael Annie. Port Adelaide into an open goal. Clifford goals. And Port Adelaide now within 7 points. Norwood 5-4, Port Adelaide 4-3.
Well, you certainly can't afford to take your eye off the action. It was an incident behind the...
In fact, John Harvey
setting up the play for Craig Ebert.
Barn coming grandstand side. Floating punt kick. Oh, Russell, good mark at the back.
League football looking an accomplished player.
Past the 12-minute mark of this second term. The bounce... Lachlan, back to Gallagher. Lachlan again. Keith Thomas. Thomas settles. Long and high towards goal. It's on line. It's a roaster for the legs. So Keith Thomas puts his first. Norwood go to a 12-point lead. 6-4. Port 4-4.
The Breeze carrying left to right on your screen. Dwayne Russell coming from half forward to compete there. Or Gallagher not wise. Kept the ball in. Ebert hooks the ball. Centres it towards full forward. Evans at the back. Winter, the stolen by Barn. The kick is quick and straight through. Evans has got his first. Port Adelaide 5-4, trail Norwood 6-4 by 1 goal. And goes high and long. Warhurst, Russell, Vardaniga, almost Russell, the mark paid. His pair of hands on the ball first. And goes long. Straight, centering the ball towards the half-forward line. Big, massive plays. The stealer was Clifford. He's got plenty of time. Pops it up. Left foot. Steers it through. He's got 2. And Port Adelaide sneak closer. 6 goals, 5. Norwood 6 goals, 4. A difference of 1 point.
Now, through goes Keith Thomas and a free kick for a high tackle. Moves it deep into the right forward flank. Curtis judging it well. Greg Thomas took front spot. In goes Vardaniga. Couldn't get through. Emerging was Curtis. Michael Addy caught. Works it down. Vardaniga's got it. He keeps it low towards the goal square and it's through for a goal. Vardaniga puts home his second goal and Norwood now back in front by 5 points at the 17-minute mark.
Well, this
huge player pitted against Russell Johnston. First hand of the ball is by Johnston. Out to Bradley. Passed over to Belton. The left foot looking towards Ebert. Gets one in the back from Bruce Winter. The ball at 100 mile an hour back, and that's undisciplined football from one so experienced in Bruce Winter.
He's got the Breeze directly behind him.
Drop punt. Follows through cleanly. You don't give him a chance like that. That's his first. Norwood 7-4, Port Adelaide 7-5. 1 point the difference at the 18-minute mark, second term.
Well, good distance into the breeze to the centre wing area. Owen sets, Payne over the top. He has the better recovery as he works it to Gallagher. Gallagher took a long while, but he's effective with the pass out, looking for Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas gets past Harvey. The ball won't set. Now it does. He chips around the corner, and there's Aish.
Greg Thomas popped it over.
Aish, goal number 2 on the board, and the Redlegs back in front now. 8 goals to Port Adelaide 7-5, 19 minutes plus into the second term.
Put under pressure, that's dropping it, holding the ball is called, and possession is kept by Belton, play on called. Straight down towards the Magpie, half forward flank, and here he is, he's beginning to dominate at half forward. Dwayne position, going short, Greg Thomas the man he's after, finds him, at centre wing. Goes much longer. Here's Keith Thomas, half forward flank. The legs beginning to play possession football at the moment. That looks dangerous for the Magpies. Straight down, Roberts again. He's done it brilliantly. Body under the fall of the ball. He's kicked 1 in this term so far, and these will be handy kicking them into the breeze. An interchange as Kennedy comes back on for the Magpies. Roberts looks to the goal face, kicks his third. Norwood have 9-5. Port Adelaide have 7-7. And Neville Roberts, Jerry, looking really good in that forward. Got it over to Kinnear, and the tumble punt kick down towards the Magpie half-forward line. Ebert, after him Warhurst. Ebert always thinking, looks cool, beautifully placed, Dwayne Russell. Got Bomber Clifford short. He's pulled his player away from there. Position, he's got about 40 metres to kick straight. Drop punt. Looks good. Goal umpire doesn't move. A handy goal to the Magpies. Port Adelaide 8-7, Norwood 9-5. 30 minutes gone, second term.
The Redleg Ruck Rover, or Rover, drives it high into the pocket. Lachlan's got the front position and will get the free kick for a bad tackle by James from behind. Distance to speak of, but this is commonly known as suicide pocket here at Football Park.
Must aim at the left-hand goalpost. The ball will come back with the breeze, and he must penetrate with the kick.
An absolute swirl develops in this right forward pocket. He goes for the short pass. Fosdyke let loose. Oh, that's undisciplined defensive play.
Gone out. Greg Anderson 10 yards away. Didn't even know he's there.
The left foot kick from Fosdyke is online. He kicks his first and Norwood to a 10-point lead. 10 goals, 5, Port Adelaide 8-7. Not 2 minutes played in this third term.
Concentration, as Dennis has mentioned. Can't afford to take your eyes ever off a Norwood player in the forward line. On to
Hectic first half, only one player booked, that was Dwayne Russell from the Magpies. The very quick kick taken out by Thomas. Wide, here he is again, getting under the fall of the ball is Leslie.
Craig Baum taking the kick in, keeping it low, and in the way Clifford. He's quick to move it. He had a lead from Knight, but prefers to go longer for Evans. Used the body well. And Baum disgusted with his effort, but
Evans play.
124 goals for the year. Now 125, and Port Adelaide 2 within 3 points. 9 goals, 8. They trail Norwood 10-5.
Both side forward line. He passes off. Goes long with Scanlon. Down towards his half-forward spot. Owens, but Vardaniga, he's the youngster that's really lifted his game today. He'll be under a lot of pressure this week from media. Short, Roberts did it well, and the battle of the nines. The red and blue one wins this half a dozen kicks or so in a game, but usually converts them to 4 or 5. This one's the drop punt. Beautifully placed. Goal umpire doesn't move. That's goal 4. Norwood 11-5. Lead the Magpies 9-8 at the 7.5-minute mark, third term.
Belton's left the corridors wide open for him. Evans bolts, beautifully dispatched. Baum there, and Evans has got the mark. That's good use of the 45-degree angle. Only a 45-metre kick required. It looks online, but through for a point, and Port Adelaide now trail by 9 points.
But Warhurst has ridden him into the ground, and the half-forward flanker, who started on the interchange bench, will get a clear kick from his flank. Goes long and high. Baum, Evans, in the middle of the pack. The stealer, Clifford, can't do it. McIntosh rides him to the ground. Umpire Laurie Argent plays the ball on. The goal is kicked. I couldn't see who did it. It is a Magpie goal. It was by Evans.
Well, Stephen showing signs of looseness.
Hall getting the tap away, but Kinnear time to steady and tumble a punt kick through half forward. Scanlon in front, but the loose one's out. Bradley's on the run. Across for Russell. Sets it up, square on. Port Adelaide hit the front. 15 and a half minutes into this third term, they lead by 3 points. 11-9 to Norwood, 11-6. And again, it's on behind play.
Dwayne Russell really likewise is out cold.
Well, we just said the Norwood back line showing signs of looseness. Groggy he may be, but he walks back to his position.
Well, there's been quite a few of those today. There's no need to isolate one particular case. It's unfortunate in our game that these things do occur, but unfortunately they...
Both sides testing one another at the moment. Just looking for that weak link. Kennedy down to Russell. He goes long. Evans, at the back bum, an almighty shove, only because he'd lost his footing, I think. Had to do... This would be a handy goal into this breeze. He's kicked 3. He slopped that off the side of the boot, I think. And Baum really giving him the message too. He's very happy with that point. Evans is disgusted. So Port Adelaide go to 11-10, Norwood 11-8.
And 11 goals, 11, leading Norwood 11-8.
Well, they've been confident out at the Norwood camp. Whenever you ring up there...
Can't do much, but Stephen Knights can. Hooks it towards half forward. Belton's the runner. Drops the ball. It can be received by Craigie, but though, keeps the head down, goes short and finds brother Russell Ebert. And this will be a critical movement by Port Adelaide. Short, Bradley's made the space. And this young man is one of the straightest
Kick placed the ball to Craig Bradley.
So Bradley taking plenty of time. Doesn't try to punch the cover off the ball. It's well placed. That's his second. Port Adelaide 12-11. Norwood 11 goals 8 in the opening minutes of the final term.
Well, what a scene here at Football Park. Signs of Norwood quietly losing control, perhaps suffering from...
Holding well as Warhurst goes short and wide. Thomas. 2 bouncers. A whole paddock to move in. Anderson won't go up with him. He'll lose his player. He pumps the ball across the half-forward line. And again, it's Roberts getting under the fall of the ball. Danger for the Mag. Ex-Richmond player. He's kicked 4 goals so far. His placement is accurate. He has 5. And Norwood come back. 12-9. Trail the Magpies 12-11 by 2 points.
Well, Keith Thomas was the player. There were 2 excellent passages of play. First, Port Adelaide, the tackle.
Still in there, gives it to Aish. And Norwood out of defence. Jenkins providing the shepherd. He's kept Anderson at bay well. Aish up the outer side. Keith Thomas drops into the space. The hand pass is over. Thomas settles. Harvey closes, but the ball's away. In through half forward. The Port defence down for Greg Thomas. He can't get clear. Uses his pace. Keith Thomas into the goal square. He goes down. Norwood back in front. Magnificent shot by Keith Thomas. And that's the second goal. Norwood hit the front.
Legs back on the ground again. Bradley out wide. The runner is Belton. He's clear. Short. Place to Ebert. Half forward flank. 4 points the difference. Played 12 minutes of the final term. Short Dwayne Russell. Tucked in against the line. So 4 points the difference. Long way to home though. The drop punt. High to the goal face. A good 60-metre kick. Evans at the back. Hit him right in the chest like a watermelon.
The wind across him.
So 3 goals. Here to change on at the moment as the full forward tries for goal 4. He doesn't do it. And the red and blue flags wave all around the ground. And the point means only 4 points the difference now.
Norwood
Hitting that ball better.
the depth in the kick not there now as the legs tire. Into the centre. Spilling out the back. Knight gets the ball. Giving ground. Hooks wide. He's got it well directed looking for Russell. And a good mark. at centre wing. Leslie's giving some run.
Support, top running, and very capable of getting the hard ball a lot of the time. With a drop punt down towards his half-forward flank. Johnston, front spot, Russell appears to be running on the ball at the moment. Ebert has come out on
strength. The loose one, Russell Ebert trying exemplary fashion to put it through. Kennedy, it's Evans. Evans has got it. Magnificent mark. 126 for the year, and a lot hinges on this kick. Tim Evans has put it through. Port Adelaide back in front by 2 points. 13-12, Norwood 13-10, 19 minutes of running time in the final quarter.
Well, if ever a full forward was needed, and he needed his trusty, accurate kicking boot, it was from that fine angle.
Centre wing, Hall looking like a rover, chips it short, looking for Fosdyke, well guarded by, there's Vardaniga, well guarded by James. The high kick, down towards half forward. Oh, unguarded is Peter Lachlan. He's had some... Could make the distance if he gives it a good heave. Just that little... Leads on by Roberts. He's guarded by Williams, though. Short, Fosdyke. Always patiently.
Now shoots with the left foot.
Kicked that goal in the third term. The drop punt could have pulled it a little. It straightens up. He's got goal too, and Norwood take the lead. 14-10, Port Adelaide 13-12.
Well, method ahead of centre has always been Norwood's chance. In tight games against Central Districts, they came back with efficiency in the forward line. Maximum effort.
Kennedy again, takes the front spot, works it hard, Ace, but Lachlan put in a great last quarter. Vardaniga down, good take, over to Payne. Payne drives towards the goal square, Roberts back there, loose ball, Roberts into an open goal! Rocky Roberts lines up for goal number 6. The Redlegs are 10 points clear with 22.
Anthony Williams, a perfect game all day, but Roberts still able to kick 6, and that shows us how important he is as the goal sneak from the forward pocket for the Redlegs.
Anderson, he'll be looking towards Geneva. Can't quite get to him though. That's a tied kick, falls short. Through the hands, Hall, Belton. Looks to get help, does so. Here's Geneva, short, punches it to Evans on the lead. That's good for his 5th. He must convert this. Evans, deliberate. Doesn't try to blast at it. It's drifted across the face. The big pack of players, the goal umpire wants it. He says yes, 1 point, and so it's 9 points the difference at the 26-minute mark of the final term.
Well, possession for Adelaide, and the ball is out of play for a throw-in only 3 metres from the left behind post.
The running players for Norwood, Payne, Thomas, both Thomases, to the ball, and there's the siren.
All over, and Norwood are the 1984 premiers. A magnificent victory. History is created. The Redlegs from the parade. 15 goals, 10, 100, defeating Port Adelaide 13-13, 91.
Three-quarter time, how are you feeling then?
15 goals, 10, 100, defeating Port Adelaide 13-13, 91.
Three-quarter time, how are you feeling then?
It was always going to be a very tough last quarter, and I'm just that proud of these blokes after 3